protest song Motown's founder called ridiculous and tried to bury. It became the greatest soul recording ever made.
What's going on, baby?
A group where not one member was from the city they sang about. A bassist singing lead while playing that iconic bass line simultaneously. Both parts, live. 12 tracks that never miss. From the piano riff that became CREAM to Rolling Stone's #1 song of all time. Number 12, Native New Yorker by Odyssey. Here's the twist nobody mentions. Not one member of Odyssey was actually from New York. The Lopez sisters were born in the Virgin Islands, and when they sang about being a native New Yorker who should know the score by now, they were channeling a city they'd adopted, not inherited. That opening piano flourish by Richard T. cascades like neon signs reflecting in wet pavement. Then Michael Brecker's tenor sax cuts through with an edge that's equal parts sophistication and street wisdom. The arrangement moves between lush orchestration and insistent funk, creating this push-pull that mirrors the song's message. Love in the city isn't what you dreamed, it's what you survive. Reached number 3 on the disco chart and number 6 on the soul chart in late 1977, proving that soul and disco weren't enemies, but siblings. The label exec who heard it first called it an embarrassment and told them to remove it from the album, which makes its platinum certification even sweeter. Cynthia Johnson's lead vocal carries this world-weary wisdom that shouldn't come from someone so young. But that's New York. It ages you fast or breaks you faster. Those strings swell with almost cinematic grandeur, while the rhythm section keeps everything grounded in the club. This was the soundtrack to late-night subway rides and early morning regrets. The music that understood that surviving the city was its own kind of victory. But from that disco-era cynicism, we're shifting to something that shattered every expectation. Pure revolutionary demand wrapped in undeniable groove. Number 11, You're Gonna Make Me Cry by O.V. Wright. O.V. Wright didn't just sing this song, he inhabited it with such raw desperation that you can hear his heart breaking in real time. Every note drenched in the kind of pain that makes Southern soul feel like confession.
Please, please don't make me cry.
That horn arrangement hits like a series of emotional gut punches, while Wright's voice moves from controlled plea to barely contained anguish. Catch how the backing vocalists echo his pain, creating this call and response that feels like witnessing someone's breakdown in public.
Break my heart. If you insist on doing it, here's what I'm gonna have.
Uncomfortable, undeniable, completely human.
You gonna make.
Hit number 6 on the R&B charts in 1965, but its impact went deeper than numbers. This became the blueprint for how to channel heartbreak into art without losing your dignity in the process.
Here's another thing I want to tell you.
Wright, working with producer Willie Mitchell, created Memphis Soul at its most emotionally naked.
Don't make me cry. I'm begging you, baby.
His vocal performance walks this tightrope between strength and vulnerability.
Oh, baby.
He's begging, but he's not weak. He's hurt, but he's not defeated.
But love is something.
The production gives him space to breathe between those horn stabs, letting every crack in his voice land with maximum impact.
My heart. Oh, yes.
This was the soundtrack to dimly lit bars and 3 a.m. phone calls. The kind of soul that understood pain wasn't weakness, but wisdom earned the hard way.
Don't make me cry.
While Wright kept it intimate and desperate, the next track took a completely different approach, turning a man's plea into a woman's revolutionary manifesto.
Oh, baby.
You know what breaks my heart a little? Only 1% of the people who watch R&B Vinyl are actually subscribed. 99 out of 100 of you keep coming back, vibing with the grooves, feeling the stories, reliving the voices that built soul itself, but you still haven't hit that button. Think about it. You've spent time here, maybe even rediscovered a song that hit you right in the chest. And yet, you're walking away before the next track drops. Subscribing costs nothing, not a cent, but it means you'll never miss the moments that remind you who you were when that record first played. R&B Vinyl isn't just music, it's memory, it's heritage. It's the pulse that still beats under everything we love. Don't just listen from the sidelines. Be part of the 1% who keep the soul alive. Hit subscribe, stay, groove, and keep the record spinning with us.
Number 10. Respect by Aretha Franklin. Recorded on Valentine's Day, 1967, but there's nothing sweet about it. This is Aretha Franklin rewriting the rules in real time, transforming Otis Redding's song into something he barely recognized, and creating the template for every Demand Not Request anthem that followed. Those opening horns announce this isn't asking, it's declaring. Then Aretha's voice comes in with that command that makes RESPECT feel less like spelling and more like issuing orders. Her sisters Carolyn and Irma designed that spelling section and the "Sock It to Me" hook in Aretha's Detroit apartment, watching cars go by, not knowing they were creating the most iconic moment in soul music. Shot to number 1 on both the pop and R&B charts, stayed there for weeks, and became more than a hit. It became the soundtrack to the civil rights movement and women's liberation. 2 revolutions for the price of 1. King Curtis's sax solo quotes Sam and Dave mid-song, a nod to the soul tradition, while simultaneously exploding it. The arrangement Aretha worked out before entering the studio turned Redding's plea for domestic respect into a demand for universal human dignity. That stop-start syncopation she insisted on creates this controlled chaos that mirrors the era's upheaval, structured but barely contained. This was church on a Saturday night, the music that made people stand up straighter and demand better. Because if Aretha wouldn't settle, why should anyone else? From that revolutionary declaration, we're diving into the last gasp of disco's golden age. Pure dance floor euphoria engineered to perfection. Number 9. Sweet Thing by Rufus and Chaka Khan. Co-written by Chaka Khan and Tony Maiden. But it's that opening piano riff, likely played by Isaac Hayes himself, that became one of the most sampled moments in hip-hop history. RZA transforming those hopeful notes into something haunting for Wu-Tang's CREAM decades later. The arrangement swings between delicate and powerful, strings sweeping in like sudden romance, while that bass line keeps everything grounded in earthy funk.
Even if you cannot stay, I think you are the one for me.
Notice how Khan's vocal starts almost conversational before building to those soaring moments where her voice does things that shouldn't be humanly possible, but somehow are.
Yes, you are.
Hit number 1 on the R&B chart and peaked at number 5 pop in early 1976, proving that sophisticated arrangements and raw soul weren't opposites, but partners. This was Rufus producing themselves for the first time, and they created something that still sounds expensive 4 decades later. Khan's performance captures this specific kind of love-struck intensity. Not naive, but not cynical either, just deeply present in the feeling. The production by the band themselves showed Motown wasn't the only place that understood how to craft perfection. This was the soundtrack to getting dressed for a date that might change everything.
I'll go crazy, oh, sweet thing.
Music that understood anticipation was its own kind of high.
Though you're not mine, I can't deny you. Don't you hear me?
If that showed romance at its most optimistic, the next track brought the kind of devastation that Memphis soul was built to express. Number 8, As Long as I've Got You by the Charmels. That piano intro became hip-hop immortal when RZA sampled it for CREAM 3 decades later. But the original 1967 recording by this Memphis group, produced by Isaac Hayes and David Porter, deserves its own recognition as a masterpiece of restrained emotional power. The arrangement starts delicate, that prickly piano melody floating over subtle strings, before the rhythm section enters with unexpected heft, creating this gorgeous contrast between fragility and strength. The Charmels' voices blend with this effortless grace that makes every harmony feel inevitable rather than constructed. Released on Stax subsidiary Volt in December 1967, but never charted nationally, proof that commercial success and artistic achievement don't always align. Hayes and Porter's production showed they were already developing the sophisticated soul sound that would define early 70s Memphis. The lyrics use withering flowers as metaphors for eternal love, which shouldn't work, but somehow becomes deeply moving through sheer commitment to the emotional truth. That breakdown section, where everything drops out except voice and piano, creates this moment of pure vulnerability. This was music for late-night contemplation, the sound of love that's quiet but unshakable. Devotion that doesn't need to shout to be heard. While they kept it introspective and elegant, the next group brought playful energy that launched them to instant stardom. Number 7, Boogie Oogie Oogie by A Taste of Honey. Janice Marie Johnson sang lead while simultaneously playing that iconic bass line. Not overdubbed, not faked, actually performing both parts live in the studio. A feat that still seems impossible When you hear how intricate both performances are, the groove locks into this perfect disco pocket where everything serves the dance. Piano stabs punctuate, strings add texture without overwhelming, and those horns punch in with military precision before scattering into individual riffs. The production by the Mizell brothers created something that sounded expensive without losing its raw energy. Became the first platinum single in Capitol Records history in summer 1978, topping every chart it touched and winning them a Grammy for Best New Artist, beating Elvis Costello in the process. The song's title became the word boogie, redefined for a generation. Not old school blues, but modern dance floor command. Johnson's vocal performance projects this confident joy that's infectious without being cloying. She's inviting you to the party, but also making clear she's running the show.
Let me tell you, you are no exception to.
The arrangement keeps building throughout, adding layers that increase urgency without ever feeling cluttered.
No more. Listen to the music.
This was the soundtrack to packed dance floors and summer nights that refused to end.
Until you just can't boogie no more.
Music that understood euphoria was worth chasing even if you couldn't explain why. From that disco perfection, we're hitting the absolute peak of late-era disco majesty, a song that transcended its genre entirely. Number 6, Funkytown by Lips Inc. Created by wedding DJ Steven Greenberg in Minneapolis while dreaming of moving to New York's funk metropolis. This March 1980 release became disco's last great hurrah and proof that synthesizers and soul could create something genuinely futuristic without losing its humanity. That opening synthesizer line is pure science fiction, meeting dance floor pragmatism. Then Cynthia Johnson's voice, processed through vocoder on certain sections, creates this hybrid of human emotion and machine precision that was decades ahead of its time. The 4 on the floor beat is relentless, while those electronic cowbells add texture that's simultaneously cheesy and somehow perfect. Hit number 1 in 28 countries and spent 4 weeks topping the Hot 100 in spring 1980. Becoming one of the last massive disco hits before the genre supposedly died. Except this song proved disco never died. It just evolved into everything that came after. Sold over 2 million copies within months. The production creates this forward momentum feeling that matches the lyrics about needing to move and find that funky town where the energy never stops. Every element serves the song's central metaphor, restless ambition given musical form. This was music for driving toward something better, the soundtrack to everyone who ever felt stuck and needed to escape somewhere that understood them. While that song was all about movement and escape, the next track offered something different, staying power through vulnerability. Number 5, Tender Love by Force MDs. Written and produced by Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis for the 1985 film Crush Groove. This became the Force MD's crossover breakthrough, a pre-new jack swing moment that showed street corner harmonies could dominate both R&B and pop without compromise. The arrangement walks this perfect line between synthetic 80s production and organic vocal warmth. Those programmed drums and keyboards frame, rather than overwhelm, the 5-part harmonies that make every phrase feel lived in. Notice how the verses breathe, giving space for the vocalist to showcase their range before the chorus brings everyone together. Peaked at number 4 R&B and cracked the pop top 10 by spring 1986. The group's only major crossover hit, but proof that genuine emotion could cut through any era's production trends. The song appeared in the film, showing the group serenading someone from a stoop, simple staging that let the voices do everything. Those harmonies blend street corner doo-wop DNA with contemporary soul sophistication. Nothing sounds forced or calculated, just 5 voices that understand how to support each other while still letting individual personalities shine. The bridge builds with this gorgeous tension before resolving back into the chorus's warmth. This was music for slow dancing under streetlights, the sound of love that's patient but persistent. Vulnerability that somehow makes you stronger for admitting it. From that tender vulnerability, we're hitting pure off-the-wall era Michael Jackson, disco funk sophistication at its absolute zenith. Number 4, Rock With You by Michael Jackson. Written by Rod Temperton and originally offered to Karen Carpenter, who turned it down. This November 1979 release became the 3rd number 1 hit of the 1980s and spent 4 weeks atop the charts. With Quincy Jones's production, creating space that felt simultaneously intimate and enormous. That opening bass walks in smooth, while David Williams' guitar adds these subtle flourishes that never call attention to themselves, but create the song's sensual atmosphere. The string arrangement by Ben Wright adds sophistication without overwhelming the groove. Everything serves Michael's vocal, which glides across the track with effortless control. Topped both pop and R&B charts from January into February 1980 and became the 4th biggest single of that year, according to Billboard. Cementing Michael as the preeminent pop talent of his generation before Thriller took it even further. The song's extended version stretched the groove even longer for club play. Michael's vocal performance shows his falsetto at its most controlled. He's not showing off, just using every tool in his kit to serve the song's seductive simplicity. That moment when he shifts from verse to chorus feels weightless, like the song is floating rather than walking. This was music for late-night drives and early morning intimacy. Grooves that understood sometimes the sexiest thing is restraint, letting tension build rather than releasing it too soon. While Michael made it smooth and effortless, The next duo brought raw emotional devastation wrapped in immaculate production. Number 3, You Don't Have to Cry by Renee and Angela. Written by Angela Winbush about her brother who died by suicide during the making of their 1985 album, Street Called Desire. This wasn't commercial calculation, but grief channeled into art. Produced with Bruce Sweetian's perfectionist touch into something almost unbearably beautiful. The arrangement opens sparse, just vocals and minimal keyboards, before building with restrained power that never overwhelms the emotional core. Strings enter like memory, horns punctuate without demanding attention, everything designed to support the vulnerability of two voices harmonizing through shared pain. Peaked in the R&B Top 5 in 1985, though commercial success almost feels beside the point when the song carries this much genuine anguish transformed into grace. The production creates this intimate space where you feel like you're inside the conversation rather than observing it. Their harmonies blend with the kind of chemistry that can't be manufactured. Two artists who understand each other completely, creating something bigger than either could alone. The song never manipulates, never begs for tears, just presents this truth. Sometimes love means witnessing someone's pain without trying to fix it. This was music for processing loss, for sitting with grief instead of running from it, for understanding that breaking isn't the same as being broken. From that intimate emotional devastation, we're hitting Northern Soul territory, a song that almost nobody knew but became legendary through sheer quality. Number 2, Only Time Will Tell by the Icemen. Released in 1966 on Tiny Samar label, and produced by Johnny Brantley, with arrangements by Bert Keys. This Northern Soul classic represents everything beautiful about obscure singles that should have been massive, but got lost in the shuffle. Pure, concentrated soul with no commercial compromise. That opening punch of horns announces this isn't playing games. Then the groove locks into this insistent pocket, while the lead vocal delivers with this desperate urgency that makes every line feel like last chance at redemption. The production is raw, but not unpolished, just direct and unadorned, letting the performance carry everything. Never charted, barely distributed outside its initial pressing. But decades later became sought after by Northern Soul collectors who understood that commercial failure doesn't equal artistic failure. The song's scarcity only added to its mystique. This was music that had to be discovered, earned through crate-digging dedication. The arrangement creates this perfect tension between control and chaos. Everything's tight and professional, but feels one emotional outburst away from exploding. That breakdown section, where just the rhythm section continues before the horns crash back in, creates genuine drama from minimal elements. This was basement party music that made people stop mid-conversation and pay attention. The sound of soul that didn't need validation from the charts to know it was powerful. While that represented soul's underground excellence, nothing, absolutely nothing, prepared the world for what came next.
So much to do. I just don't want it.
Number 1, What's Going On by Marvin Gaye.
There's far too many of you dying.
Released January 20th, 1971, against Berry Gordy's explicit orders. Don't be ridiculous. That's taking things too far. But Marvin refused to record anything else until Motown released it, creating a standoff that changed music history. Because sometimes the most revolutionary act is simply refusing to shut up and sing love songs while the world burns. That opening sax by Eli Fontaine happened while he thought he was still warming up. The loose, almost conversational feel wasn't planned. It was captured, and Gaye kept it because perfection sometimes sounds too perfect.
Brother, brother, brother.
25, it's going to be a black male and a white.
The arrangement layers Latin percussion, string sections, and that legendary bass line into something that shouldn't work.
With brutality. Talk to me.
Too jazzy, too loose, too political. Except it works better than anything Motown had released, creating space for everything that came after.
You can see what's going.
Topped the soul chart for 5 weeks and hit number 2 pop, selling over 2 million copies and becoming Gaye's most successful single to date. But more importantly, it gave permission to Stevie Wonder, to Curtis Mayfield, to every artist who wanted to say something instead of just sound good. Rolling Stone later ranked it number 1 on their updated 500 Greatest Songs list, displacing Sgt. Pepper's because sometimes truth ages better than innovation. Gaye's vocal floats over the arrangement with this conversational intimacy. He's not preaching, he's asking genuine questions. And that approach made the song impossible to dismiss as propaganda. The famous opening party chatter and those right-on brother ad-libs create community and sound. Like you've walked into a discussion already in progress.
You know we've got to find a way.
This was the sound of consciousness awakening, of artists refusing to be entertainment when the world needed witnesses, of soul music growing up and demanding to be taken seriously, not despite its politics, but because of them.
Drink some